The issues that matter most to you. Join the conversation. This is News and Views with Rob Snow on News Talk 580 CFRA.
Jack McLaren is out. He's been kicked out of the Ontario PC caucus. He will not be able to run for the Ontario PCs in the riding of Kanata Carleton. There's a candidate on the line now for the nomination for Kanata Carleton, Rick Keindel. Hello, sir. How are you?
Hey, hi, Rob. Good. Thanks for the call.
Yeah, good to hear from you.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, what's been your reaction as you've watched all of this drama unfold with Jack McLaren? I mean, this is just the latest news about this particular MPP, but as you've watched all of this play out over the last several months, is this one of the things, for example, that sparked your interest in seeking the nomination?
Well, it sparked my interest to seek the nomination, yes, in this riding particularly, and I mean, there's other factors that caused me to jump into politics after retiring from the police service. But, I mean, I think it's the right thing to do, what Patrick Brown has done. It's the right decision, and to be quite honest with you, I've been campaigning since last June, and of the thousands of people I've talked to, the number one issue that comes out almost 90% of the time is leadership and the concern about, starters with the government, but then also the party, and then trickles down to the riding. So I think this shows well. This shines well on Patrick Brown. If anybody had any question about his leadership and his courage to remove Jack, and he just showed them that he's got the courage as a leader to do that.
Yeah, certainly, though the accusation has been made, he waited too long. What do you think? That this guy should have been turfed long ago? Well,
I've got to be careful that I don't put my investigative hat on, because as soon as I heard, I assumed I was out in Constance Bay volunteering with the sandbag removal, and I got a phone call when I was in the woods with the mosquitoes, and I hadn't heard the details about it. So I couldn't really comment on the issue, and I just assumed it was something that just happened, like literally that evening or something. And then as I get out of Constance Bay and I go online and I start reading, I could see that it's from 2012, and I couldn't help but wonder, where has this been sitting? And I mean, people had to know about it, and you just wonder, who divulged it and why did they wait so long? But and then that's about as much thought I gave to it, because I'm in a campaign in a nomination race here, and I'm very busy, and I just got right back to my business here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And fair enough. Let me ask you this, because the case is being made by Lisa McLeod, for example, that the people in your area, Mr. Keindel, they did not elect an MPP to go sit at Queen's Park who is a member of this Trillium Party. They elected a progressive conservative.
Yes.
He's out of that caucus now, and he says that this was his plan all along, to go and join this fringe party.
Yeah.
So that being the case, should he still be the MPP, or should he step down? What do you think? And let there be a by-election?
Well, I think that it's exactly what Lisa said. I heard her this morning. The constituents here elected a progressive conservative candidate, and that's where the seat was supposed to go to. He's not productive, and he's not going to serve, the constituents here that elected him twice in two elections. And so, therefore, I agree with Lisa. I think it would be the professional thing to do to step down and put the ball back into the province's court. It would be a process. It wouldn't happen overnight. It would be a process before a by-election could be called. But I think certainly it would be the professional thing to do to step down. But I will say he was elected 2 terms here, and so it's a big job to be in public office. So thank you very much, Jack. But you know what? It's time to go, and let's bring somebody in that can be productive and look out for the issues here for the constituents in Canada.
Okay.
West Carleton.
Rick Keindel is my guest. He's running for the nomination for the Progressive Conservative Party in the riding of Kanata Carleton. So it's you and Dr. Marilee Fullerton, right?
That's right.
Okay. Why you and not her?
Well, there's a couple of things that I think that separate the two of us. And if you look at my website and you look at the people that have supported me and they're giving testimonials, they are people that have known me for 40 years, 30 years, 20 years.
Okay. And they're real people, sir?
They're real people. You're talking superintendents and business owners and so on and so forth. And I get your joke there. They're real people. They've known me for 40 years, 25 years, 30 years. They've seen me in action. They know what I can do. So that's the first difference, I think, when you compare what we put out on our websites. And the second thing is leadership is the issue here. Leadership is the key issue right now that's facing all of us. A lot of people are getting discouraged with government, with the lack of leadership. And coming from a career in policing of 31 years, I've been in a position where you have to have the courage to make tough decisions, not popular decisions, but tough decisions. But at the end of the day, after you make those decisions, you're respected by the people that didn't like a decision and the people that did like it. And I've got 31 and a half years of that. And so I bring that to the table, and I think that's going to complement Patrick Brown really well, given the situation that he's faced with the way the party is. There's a little bit of dysfunctional bits in the party and stuff, and we need to unite, and we need to show the people of Ontario that we are here, and we're going to make a difference, and we're going to get the province back on track.
Okay. Again, tell us a little bit more about you, sir. You were in the Ottawa Police Service, right? That was your career?
I started with the Gloucester Police Service in '84,
all right.
And then at amalgamation time, in '95, then we became the Ottawa Carleton Regional Police and the Ottawa Police. And I've worked from one end of the riding or one end of the city to the other end.
Okay.
And my career took off into a leadership direction, not so much as an investigator. I mean, I've worked investigations. I've been in complicated sections and stuff. But my career took off in the leadership direction, and I was promoted several times to an acting inspector, so senior officer, and I was the eighth or ninth senior person in the organization when I retired. So I'm no slouch. I'm a hardworking, committed individual, and you get what you see, and I deliver on promises.
Okay. And when did you retire, sir, if you don't mind me asking?
I retired March 1st of last year.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's just been just over a year.
Okay. Yeah. And you live in the riding? Where do you live in the...
What
part of the riding?
In Bridlewood.
Okay.
And I've been here for 25 years.
Okay. Are you married? Do you have kids? Tell us a little bit about your family.
Yeah, I was married for almost 20 years, and my wife and I divorced.
Okay.
But we get along quite well.
Good.
And we have two boys. One is 19, and he's in the Army and going to school. And my oldest one is he works for a local businessman. And my boys live with me here in Bridlewood, and it's a great place to live. It's a great community, and I'm passionate about it.
Okay. And when is this race going to be decided, sir?
Well,
have they determined that yet? Or?
They haven't determined it, but I would put my money on, because Jack is now, removed from the party. There's now this void here. The provincial election is literally a year away, so they want to move on this. So if I was betting, I would say that a nomination meeting would be happening by the end of June, if not before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, great to have you on the program, sir.
Well, listen, thanks, Rob, for the phone call. And on Sunday, June 4th, I'll be in Dunrobin at the Heart and Soul Cafe from 3 to 5. The owners there are hosting me. If you want to come by and meet me and put a face to the name, I'd love to see you.
Out in Dunrobin?
Dunrobin at the Heart and Soul. Jody and Jim are hosting me out there.
Okay. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Call anytime.
Yeah, that's Rick Keindel, 30 years with the Ottawa Police Service. And he is running against Dr. Marilee Fullerton. It's going to be a difficult race against Dr. Fullerton, but that's in Kanata Carleton. Sans Jack McLaren, who is now the MPP for the Trillium Party.